All right, this is Jimmy Cav's 5150 interview series in Bulldozer Magazine. I'm here at the lovely Echoplex on a very interesting Tuesday with Helen Money. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Did I just mispronounce your last name?
No, it's great.
You just played a very elegant and apocalyptic set. One of the things that I really enjoy about your live set is, aside from you bringing in true musicianship, is the fact that you really are able to expand the listenership and the audience to a whole new level of consciousness with your music. Would you agree with that assessment?
I don't know what the audience is experiencing. I just know what I'm thinking about and feeling when I write the stuff. So I would like to communicate with the audience. I hope I do. So I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, people take away from it what they take away from it. But hopefully, I'm communicating what I'm feeling when I write it and play it.
I've been watching you play for a while, and one of the things that I've always felt very, very entranced by is the fact that the music that you write has a lot of feeling. Are you purging yourself on stage and when you're writing this material? Because it seems, even though I'm on the outside, I get a feeling that I'm someone being invited into your world.
Well, that's good. I mean, I think about heavy stuff, like death and life, and so
that's as heavy as it could get right there, life.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm sure that comes across, and I like dark stuff. I like thinking about serious things. So, I mean, when I go to a show, I like when performers deal with intense things. So that's probably just where I'm coming from.
What's interesting for me is that your audiences have been expanding to two demographics. Like, I recall seeing you play with Neurosis, and then you've toured with Mono, and now here you are with Agalog. How is your music being interpreted by the Agalog fan base? Can you see that they're being receptive? They get it?
I don't know. I hope. I know some of them do. I don't. I know some of them do. So that's all I can do. I mean, if somebody comes away from the show and I've communicated to them, then that's all I can do. So I just try and play a good show and deliver what I've written in a good way, and that's and then hopefully they get it. So, but I think Agalog's crowd and metal audiences in general are very open-minded, and they like to feel things, and I like to feel things in my music too. So I feel like I'm playing for the right audience.
I really enjoy the fact that your music not only transcends this audience, it really, the compositions that you make, I would say, are modern day classical, but in a heavier sense. Would you agree with that?
I don't know. That's kind of, I don't know. It's not flattering. I know I like Mahler and Shostakovich and people like that. I also like Neurosis, and I like these guys. I like Tim Hecker. So I don't know. In general, I like dark, intense music. So yeah, I'm not a great. I studied classical music up through grad school, and I can do it, but I don't have the chops I used to have. I'm more.
Really?
Yeah. So.
I would never know.
Yeah, you
You do a wonderful job on stage.
Oh, thanks. Well, I feel like I connect with my cello, and I have a good sound and a good tone, so I'm thankful for that. So
that's an interesting fusion. How did that come about?
Well, I think I've always liked rock music, and my brother turned me on to the Who, and once I got into them, then it was just a progression. And then I finally met someone in Chicago, a friend who wanted to play music with me, and he was into Bob Mould and stuff like that. And so we started to play together, cello and guitar. And it was like punk rock. So that after I did that, I realized I could not only enjoy rock music, but I could play it on my cello. So that was like over 20 years ago, more. So yeah, I decided that's what I really wanted to do.
things that I really like about your music, even though you're not trying to push it in that direction, is, as you mentioned, it has a very dark overtone to it. As a matter of fact, when I listened to your last record, I could almost picture it being in a soundtrack or like in movies. Have you thought about going in that direction? Are you thinking about going in that direction? Have there been interest in your music for movie compositions?
Yeah,
Is that something you'd like to explore?
Well, yeah, I actually did do music. My friend, a friend of mine, Ben, passed away a little while ago. He had ALS, and he made a movie about the whole experience, and he had put in pieces that he wasn't able to get licensing for, so I had to replace all the music. And so I did pieces after the style of like Chinese music or a Nina Simone piece, or so I've had experience with that, and it was beautiful. It was really rewarding. So yeah, I'd love to do something like that again. Yeah.
How do you go about writing your compositions? Is there some sort of process that you go through?
It's just hard. I just try and be disciplined. It's really hard. I struggle with it. I just try and go into the studio every day and come up with material. I mean, I'm kind of a slow writer. I usually, if I can find a sound I like, then I can go from there. But yeah, it's just, as anyone who tries to create stuff knows, it's just kind of a mystery on some level. I feel like you just have to show up and then put in the time and then, trust that you're going to come up with material. I try and listen to a lot of stuff. So, yeah, I'm working on some new material now, and every time I finish writing something, I'm just like relieved.
Tell me a little bit about that. Will you be releasing an album anytime soon?
Yeah, I am just working on the material now, so I have some finished pieces, but I'm hoping to finish in the next few months and then put them out. So, yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be going in the same direction I've been going.
Nice.
Pretty heavy, but beautiful. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a good record.
Do you find yourself somewhat like a painter? Because when I listen to your music, there's just such an infusion, and it really just opens up the mind. I can only imagine when you're writing and then going into the recording process. Is that difficult to transcend into?
No, that's the easy part.
Really?
The hard part is coming up with the material for me. Like, the recording is fun. I love doing studio work, and I love being in a studio, and yeah, that's like the best part, because you finished it and you get to record it. So yeah, I love that part.
Wow,
yeah.
light at the end of the tunnel.
Totally, yeah.
When can we expect this album?
I'm hoping to be finished by the end of the summer, so it's just a matter of putting it out. Hopefully sometime this fall. We'll see.
And will this be on Profound Lord as well?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't really thought that far yet, so.
And these compositions that you're writing, you mentioned that they're in the same vein as your prior release. What can the audience expect as far as the essence of it? Because your last record really was powerful, and it was very, very, what I would say, as I mentioned before, elegant, but also very dark, very macabre. What can your fan base and what can the listeners expect from this new material?
More of the same. But I think maybe, I think it's still going to be me. It's just, I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. I'm still writing it. So, but it's going to be more of the same.
Something worth waiting for.
I hope so.
Absolutely. Helen Money is on tour right now with Agalog. Make sure you get out and check her out. Get there early to experience what I already know, the apocalyptic elegance of Helen Money. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jimmy.